Hello again, friends, and welcome back. Today we are celebrating the very first day of autumn, and we're going to be using my favorite autumn eyeshadow palette. This is the Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley palette. This is what it looks like. My setup is a little different today, so if I'm disorientated, that's why. I'll tell you everything else that I have on, I guess, at the end of the video. But I just want to get started. I don't want to take too long. We're just kind of celebrating the first day of fall. Technically, when this goes up, it will be the second day of fall, but I'm filming on the first day of fall. Obviously, I've gone with the kind of earthy look so far. I have the brown lips, I have a green highlighter on, it's really beautiful. I have like a kind of reddish blush on. Very earthy, very nice. I'm just gonna kind of go with the vibes that I've set up here. So I think I'm gonna start with this brown here. Kind of take a neutral shade and just put it on the outer part of the crease here. Okay, so my thinking is I might do neutrals on like the outer part of the eye, reds and orange on the lid, and then I might even take some green underneath. I'm so weirded out by the fact that the camera's over there now, so it's like kind of hard for me to see. You can see this eye better. I should have started with this eye. But yeah, just gonna try to use as many of the different rows, or rather columns, in this palette as possible, because there's like this more neutrally orangey column, and then this orangey red column, the shimmers, and then there's like the green, and then like cool toned neutrals. I don't know if I'm going to touch on the cool tone neutrals. We will see, but yeah. Just digging the autumn vibes. I have all of my, not all of them, but I have some of my autumn candles lit, like ones that have fragrances that I think will go together. And I was just listening to a video, like playlist on YouTube of like autumn songs. Who knew that there was such a thing as like autumn songs? But apparently there are. So I was listening to some vintage autumn tunes, and kind of getting myself in the mood. Things have been rough recently, so I'm just trying to like be positive today and enjoy the fact that it's the first day of autumn. Just trying to, be happy, have some joy. Have some joy in my life, because things have been crazy. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I want to stay positive, but I started the day with my pumpkin spiced coffee. I had a pumpkin spice creamer that I was kind of keeping for when it got a little more pumpkin spiced out. And since today is the first day of fall, I figured I would break it out. So I had that in my coffee this morning. I'm going to take, I should tell you the names of these. This brown one's called Oktoberfest. I'm going to take this deep burgundy red called Wine Harvest, and I'm going to put that on the outer part of the lid. I should try to like turn more so you can see, since I'm like kind of at a different angle from usual. Okay. And yeah, like I said, I have my autumn candles lit, and I'm just trying to like feel the vibes. Autumn is definitely my favorite time of year. I think I said this in a previous video, but like autumn is my time of year to like feel joy. Oh, I should move the light. Would that be weird if I moved the light? I don't know how much I can move it because of all the other stuff that's here. Is that a little better for lighting me? So this is coming out really beautiful so far. And it goes really nicely with the lip situation. Very autumnal, very nice. Just trying to get into the autumn spirit and not let things get me down, because things are crazy. I'm gonna take Fall Festival, the orange, on this nice fluffy brush. I'm gonna use it to just fluff out over here a little. Just kind of blend this, blend the brown. In the autumn season, I always want to like reconnect with nature. I always want to like be outside. I want to like go pumpkin picking, apple picking, whatever. I want to like do bonfires and stuff. Like I just want to experience nature. I feel like I should have blended out that brown a little bit before I started applying this, because there's a little bit of a line there where it's kind of like, this is where you put the brown. And since you didn't blend it out, it doesn't want to blend out now. I don't know. It's like resisting blending with the orange. That might be okay though. Ooh, that's very, 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 very nice. I can't talk. Jeez Louise. It's very, very nice though. What are your favorite things about fall though? Last year I did a video. I think, was it the video where I used this? It was the video where I used this. This, by the way, if you're new or if you are just unaware, this was the second palette that I used on camera on the channel last October when I started the channel. So this is kind of like a classic for me. Little OG palette. Okay, I don't want to like try too hard to blend that out. I think I'll just kind of leave it at that. Get into it on this side a little bit. But yeah, I think when I used this last year, I was like telling stories about like my favorite autumn memories and like favorite things about autumn. And I don't know, I feel like I could definitely maybe revisit that idea, because I've been thinking a lot about like how, as weird as it seems, I actually kind of miss being a kid and going to school at this time. Not that I actually miss going to school, because I hated going to school, like with my whole heart and soul. But there's something about this time of year that makes me like remember, you know, you go to school in September and the like autumn vibes are coming out, and pretty soon there's going to be like Halloween decorations up in the classrooms, and, you know, getting ready for that vibe. And it's a nice feeling when you're young. It's like, you know, even though it's like, oh no, I'm back in school, this is horrible. At least at that point in time, like, school isn't horrible yet. You're not like having crazy tests or anything. You're just kind of chilling, getting to know the teachers, other kids maybe, which, I mean, I wasn't very popular in school, so I wasn't really excited to get to know other kids, but it's still, you know, I think for most kids, it's a pretty nice time. I feel like I remember a lot of like, I don't know, like I was watching that video, like I was saying, that was like playing different autumn themed music, and they were putting up pictures on the screen of like just like vintage autumn stuff. And like, I'm gonna take apple picking right now, and I'm gonna just kind of put it on the lid, but just like really beautiful, really nice old like autumnal paintings and advertisements. Ooh, I forgot how good their matte formula is. Nomad Cosmetics. They're so good. Look at that. It's pigmented. It's blending right in with that deeper, like burgundy shade. But anyway, this little playlist, or it wasn't a playlist like a YouTube playlist, like different videos. It was one video, but it was just playing a bunch of different songs. Although I will say some of them repeated several times, but gorgeous. I Sorry. I was looking at the little like old school paintings and like old school advertisements and old school whatever the hell that they had in the video, and it was reminding me of being young and seeing that kind of stuff. Like obviously I wasn't alive in like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. But you would still see that kind of artwork and stuff a lot. And it was very like cute and vintage, and you would see it just whenever this time of year and also Christmas came around. There was still a lot of that like vintage stuff that you would see pop up here and there. I don't really see as much of that anymore, and I miss that. I'm going to use Cider House on the inner part there, inner part of the lid. But I was just feeling so nostalgic seeing all that stuff and feeling kind of emotional actually. And I don't know, it made me remember when I was a kid and we would read like books and stuff in class that were like autumn themed. And thinking back, I don't remember specifically any of those kinds of books. Like I couldn't name one if you asked me to, but at the same time, like I know we did. I know we read those books with like the beautiful autumn illustrations, like literally like the cover of this palette, like this kind of stuff. I don't know how well you can see, but this looks like it would be an illustration in like a kid's book or something that I would remember from when I was a kid. And just because I don't remember specifically what any of these books were, it doesn't mean that I didn't see them when I was young, and seeing those old pictures and things just made me think of that. It made me feel very nostalgic. The autumn time does make me nostalgic. Makes me kind of miss some things from when I was young. And I was also thinking, like, I used to spend a lot of time in nature when I was young, and I really don't anymore, and I really, really miss nature. I live in this little hole apartment. My windows are usually, the blinds are usually pulled shut, literally for privacy, because I'm on the ground floor. And I don't really go outside a lot. There's not a decent, like, common space where I can go and be outside. I'm going to take this deep green on the outer part of the under eye. Just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. Just a tiny little bit. But yeah, I don't really go outside much at all here. And it kills me. Like, I always miss nature. I always want to be in nature. And I don't know, I don't want to get super serious in this video and start talking about negative things, but it's very draining on my mental health. And how does that look? Yeah, I've just been struggling with things. So with the autumn season finally being here and the air kind of being a bit chillier outside and all that, I'm kind of getting into that nostalgic mindset. I'm going to take a mountain hike. And I don't know, I'm just longing for something a little better for myself, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like trying so hard to not talk about negative things, so I'm like teetering on the verge of talking about serious negative things, but trying really hard to not actually dive into any of that. So if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't really get what he's talking about, it's because I'm trying to navigate this subject. Anyway. I think that looks pretty good. think it looks nice. I'm gonna take Farmer's Market and kind of bring it the rest of the way, almost. I don't think I'm gonna bring it all the way to the inner corner, but just like here. Oh, by the way, there's gonna be shimmers, I promise. There's gonna be some shimmers in the look. Just kind of setting down a base of mattes first. Okay, we're gonna bring in the lightest shade and just brighten up the inner corner, and then I'm gonna go in with the shimmers. So I'm gonna take, Ghost Tour over here, and I'm just gonna pop that over here in the inner corner, drag it down across, just kind of like that. And then we're gonna do some shimmer action, and then we're gonna be done. I mean, I'm gonna have to do like mascara. Do I need mascara? Maybe I won't do mascara, we'll see. So that's it for the mattes. Let's do the shimmers now. I think I'll just use my finger. I'm gonna take the red-orange color called Foliage Trail, and I'm just going to, with my finger, kind of put it like this. The shimmers in this palette are a little bit on the softer side. They're not like satins or anything like that, but they're a little bit on the softer side, which is totally fine. Then I think on the inner part there, I'll take the yellow shimmer. Oh, did I mention that I cut my hair? Do you like it? It's a little kind of punk rock. I've talked about how I like my hair to be a little bit punk rock. This is definitely kind of in that vein. I'm not going to go under the eye with this yellow because I want to make sure I can go in with the green on the under eye area to go with those green shadows. This is definitely a lovely autumn fantasy, don't you agree? It's freaking me out so much that my camera is over here. It's just, I just kind of had to do it that way, the way that I have everything set up today. So, it's kind of driving me crazy though. Now I'm going to take the green Corn Maze. Did I say the name of the yellow? No, I didn't. It's called Leaf Peeping. Now I'm going to take Corn Maze, and I'm just going to put that kind of under the eye here. Probably drag it across a little. I like a little shimmer under the eye. Okay, folks, how do we feel about that? Do I need mascara? That's really the question. Maybe I'll do just the tiniest little bit. You know? I don't want to go too dramatic. But just a little. Okay, yeah, so I think that mascara was a good idea. I think that looks pretty good. I don't think that it was like super necessary, but I do think that it looks good. I just remembered I wanted to pop this on at the end of the video. I got this from Amazon because I want to look autumnal and cute in the videos, and I keep wearing the same like couple of hats all the time, so I wanted to grab myself a new one, and here it is. I don't know, I think it's cute. Do you think it's cute? I'm cutting in here because I forgot to tell you guys what I had on my face. I said it like a couple of times in the beginning of the video that I was going to show you what else I was wearing, and then I forgot. So I'm sitting in my hallway right now because my husband is resting on the couch. But I mean, as usual, the Fenty Skin Tint, Huda Concealer, my Easy Bake, the loose powder, but I'm also trying out the new pressed version, which I feel is a bit better with a brush than with this thing that I bought. I think that the loose one is really nice with this, but the pressed one is better with a brush because it can kind of lift it more. I primed with a little bit of the NYX in like my T-zone area, and then the rest of my face I primed with the e.l.f. You know, that's not super exciting. One Size Bronzer, Unearthly Blush from the Surrender palette, the more kind of red one that I usually use. I used an Unearthly highlighter, the green one from this low light palette. What is it called? Extraterrestrial. I prime my eyelids with my Sigma eye base in Persuade. And then for the lips, this was the main reason that I even wanted to go over this stuff with you. I used one of these unearthly lip liners, these giant, beautiful liners in the shade Char, which is the beautiful brown one. And then I also used my little mini hot chocolate fantasy from Fenty. They just came out with a full-size version of this, but I still have like the tiny version from the Christmas set that they came out with in 2021. Still haven't used it all. Plus, I bought 2 of that set so I could have a backup. By the time I finished this one, I'm still not finished with this one, but by the time it was almost gone, they came out with a full-size version. So I guess I didn't even have to buy the backup. But yeah, what else did I even use? My Fenty mascara and one size brow pencil. Is that it? I think so. Okay, back to the show. Okay, that's it for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, I hope that I didn't ramble too wildly. I'm just sorting through some things in my mind right now. So I hope that you are getting the fall vibes. I hope that you're excited for fall. I hope that you're excited for spooky season. I hope that you're excited for the leaves changing. If you don't live in an area where that's happening right now, then I hope you're excited for whatever you've got going on. But yeah, I will be seeing you guys again very soon. I have a lot of plans for October, so hopefully things feel a bit more stable by then, and I can really like get into it and be happy. And yeah, I don't know, hopefully everything will be resolved, but we will frickin' see. Anyway, I hope that you have a great week. I will be seeing you guys again on Wednesday. Peace.